Hello everyone! Today I finally received a package which contains the new M5 MacBook Air. That will be my daily driver for the foreseeable future. It's a 15-inch base M5 with 16GB of RAM and 512GB of storage. In this video I wanted to unbox it for you guys, show you what settings I changed right away, what tools I install, and what my setup looks like when it comes to productivity and work. Then I will go about business as usual, working on my app and some new features, and as I go I will share with you my impressions of this machine. I will also explain why I got it and what plans I have for my existing M4 Air. I will not be doing any benchmarking in this video, but at the end I did a comparison between the base M5 and my base M4 Mac, specifically when it comes to running LLMs locally. It's not a comprehensive test, but it's a nice indication where things are going. So if you're new to my channel, consider subscribing. I try to bring you guys my honest thoughts and give you the behind the scenes of my daily work as a self-employed developer, and I really appreciate it. Even though I really love the midnight blue color of my M4 Air, over this past year I've spent a significant portion of my life just cleaning it, and I just can't make that same mistake again. In terms of the build quality and the feel in the hands, they are identical, but the silver always looks super clean, whereas the midnight blue is, as one viewer pointed out, an actual criminal. The screen itself measures 2880 by 1864 pixels, and it's as sharp as always, and really a joy to read any kind of text. So I went through the initial setup and of course it started updating right away, but that's okay. I made a quick coffee break and we're back to business. So right off the bat, I always remove all of the widgets, as well as most apps from the dock. And when it comes to the dock, I have it much smaller and hidden by default. One more setting I always like to change is disable rearranging spaces based on recent usage. As someone who always has the same apps open on the same spaces, it breaks my muscle memory and it drives me crazy. And when it comes to apps, most of the productivity apps like Notion, Mail, Discord, and obviously Google Drive, I use directly from the browser, so locally I only have the bare minimum. And as I'm installing the stuff here, let's do a list of things I typically install on the first day. So that would be Xcode, OneMenu, the app that I'm working on right now, Homebrew, NVM, Visual Studio Code, Pixelmator Pro, and DaVinci Resolve. Those are the necessities that I have to have locally. And again, for me the browser is actually doing a lot of the heavy lifting. But alright, since I've done most of the downloading that I need to do just to get started on this machine, it's shaping up to be a beautiful day, and the winters last a very long time here in Norway, so I'm always excited to get out if I can and do some work outside. But just before we go, a quick battery check. 55%. That's straight from the factory and it really should be plenty. Alright, welcome back to one of my favorite places. Now, why did I get this Mac, given that I already have the M4 at home? Well, it's simply the fact that I want to get into mobile app development a lot more, and the 256 gigs on my M4 Air are already kind of gasping for air, I guess. The second reason, and I've said this many times, is that I firmly believe that the future of AI, at least for me, is going to be AI that we can all run locally. And I wanted to stay in the loop with what is the latest base model capable of. And more importantly, I want to be able to experiment experiment with it heavily without incurring any extra costs. Just for context, I've been working on this Mac utility app for a long time, and it packs a lot of the features like window management, clipboard history, system monitoring, and a lot more, but my philosophy has always been make it as lean as possible, it's barely over 5 megabytes today, and pack maximum value for my users in a super simple offline first app. One of the features I worked on quite recently was actually disk cleaning, and the first version I made was rather basic and limited, but that's because I wanted to play it safe and clean only well-known folders. So then about a week ago I made it possible for users to define their own folders to clean, and right now I'm basically making sure that they don't shoot themselves in the foot. So for example, I added all kinds of validation rules just to make sure that you don't delete the root of your file system or something like that. But anyhow, that work is pretty much done. Now what I want to do is take all of the validation rules and ask some coding AI, right now it's Gemini 3.1 Flash, but it could be any other, to write a nice little documentation page for this feature on the website. When it comes to just regular work on this machine, it feels identical to my M4 Air. The keyboard is the same, the screen is great as always, which is to be expected given the same pricing on this. However, I did not expect a nice performance boost for the GPU, which we will be testing with the local LLM later. And I would love to be able to run these little AI tasks locally in the future, but for now I still ended up fixing a few styles and rephrasing a few sentences here and there. Now, this kind of work I don't mind honestly, it's something I actually enjoy doing, putting the final polish on something that I worked really hard on. And I know I haven't done much real work, quote unquote, today, but I've compiled my app several times and I did have my screen on for the entire time. So let's just check in on the battery just in case. 48%, I mean that's not bad at all, we started from 55. Next up I wanted to update the release notes which are part of the app itself, and for some of them I have dedicated graphics, for one of them I have a video file, and this is going to be the cause of my nightmares later, but for the rest I generate some kind of pixel artwork which kind of matches the time of the year when the release went out. So let me show you. I have this long running Gemini thread just on my personal Google account where I periodically ask it to generate another one of these. It works pretty well, but then I have to use this website to remove the watermark. I'm not sure why Google keeps adding it. I mean, what's the point when it's so easy to remove? But anyhow, then I have a dedicated folder on my Cloudflare R2 bucket where I follow a simple naming convention for each artwork file. It's all manual work for now, but I only make a new release every 7 to 10 days maybe, and doing this manual step almost comes as a nice celebration for the new release. So I'm not too fussed about it. So there you have it. It's not the most intense work session, but I'm happy with the quick progress that I made. Now, I had to get back home and get ready for when my daughter comes back from kindergarten, but just on the way out, I found a strange situation. So there was some construction going on when I arrived, and I parked my scooter right here to the side, and apparently the construction guy needed to move the fence, so he parked my scooter to a different location. Now, that's fine, but he put it in the middle of the road. I'm so confused, man. Oh, by the way guys, this Mac is not the only unboxing in this video. Just yesterday I got something really cool in the mail. These are the new Anker Soundcore Liberty 5 Pro and Pro Max earbuds, and they come with some very impressive features. Both models have the same DAS AI chip for 150 times faster compute in memory to deliver ultimate call quality even in the noisiest environments.
Hey man, what's up? I just called you to interrupt you a little bit more. I was wondering, can you hear me okay? Because I'm testing something and I'm literally in the middle of a construction site.
In fact, they got an official Guinness World Record as the clearest earbuds for calls. I rely heavily on headphones to stay focused while working, and the noise cancellation performance of Liberty 5 Pros is really excellent, instantly immersing me in the work. The new chip also enables personalized sound calibrated to your hearing, but the most amazing thing about it is that it runs all the voice detection and commands processing on device. So when you say next track, It responds with absolutely zero lag, and it doesn't send your voice over to the cloud. The Pro Max comes with an AMOLED screen on the charging case that you can use to change settings and tracks, and it's super convenient. And through the app you can access features like live translation for bilingual meetings and even full meeting transcriptions. Liberty 5 Pro now offers a 30-day free trial. You can try them freely, and if you don't like them, well, you can just return them without any upfront payment. So if you're looking for a nice upgrade to your audio, check out the link in the description. Alright, I spent the afternoon with my daughter, and now that everyone is asleep, I can do some more work. So honestly, one thing that I'm a little bit behind on is answering all of the comments on YouTube, so I needed to catch up on that. And if you guys have any questions or comments, I'll make sure to read them and reply. But this is not the end of the video, this is just the end of the first day. Tomorrow I came back and quickly checked Discord because I always ask what people would like me to test in the next video. So today it's going to be Bitcoin mining. Well, close to it. There is a running joke on Discord that I make the most money from my app thanks to the secret Bitcoin mining I'm doing on users' computers. Believe me guys, I'm working on that. But in the meantime, let's do a comparison between the base M4, which is the iMac, and the new base M5 when it comes to generating some free tokens. Tokens for everybody. So lately I've been testing this 5.4 mini model, which really only needs about 2 GB of RAM, and I've been quite impressed with its ability to follow instructions. And I will be testing out what I can build around it, so if you're curious about it, make sure to subscribe. But even on the base M4, it can do around 35 tokens per second, which is very usable, I'm not gonna lie. But let's see what the M5 can do. I'm curious because if this little model ends up working well, I might launch a few AI features with one menu in the future because it fits very well with this whole offline first, privacy first aspect of it. And it wouldn't come at a cost of any kind of a subscription. But anyhow, check this out. 46, almost 47 tokens per second. That is a very significant improvement in a single chip generation. Like really nice work, Apple. That's like 30-something%, and it is noticeable. So there you have it. I hope you enjoyed this unboxing and day in the life video. And if you did, make sure to leave a like and a sub, and I will see you in the next one. And in the meantime, I will have to see about this crash that a user just reported. But hey, such is life.